welcome to another live stream. We are closing in on being done with the glazing nearly. I still have quite a bit to do. I would like to coat this one on the inside. I forgot to put something on the inside. I think I'm gonna do this whiter color. I just have to shake it up for a little bit. Okay. To make a mess. Okay. So I have a number of things that still need to be done. So I'm sure that we will still be glazing for the whole video. I hope that is interesting enough for you guys. This is I don't know, I think it's what was today? Thursday. This must be the fourth glazing video that we've done on Twitch. So this one we already have. There's nothing right here. But we have 4 glazes here, except this one has 2 layered. So I'm really excited to see how this is gonna turn out. I haven't done kind of multiple glazes on a pot in this way. So this is pretty fun. So once we do this one, once I get the inside covered, I'd like to do some clear glaze. Actually, this one will be done at that point. But I want to do some clear glazing on our little cup here. I want to do this part in clear and then the inside. That's what I was thinking. We could put a glaze on the inside, a colored one on the inside, but I don't know, I'm kind of feeling just maybe keeping the bare clay color. I don't know, maybe that'd be kind of cool. I think we're just gonna keep that. And then I don't know, I'm just gonna try make sure I get all of the spots. We're gonna have to do, when you brush on glazes, you have to do 3 coats. So it takes quite a lot longer to glaze than if you were dipping. I think a lot of people will do a dip glaze. Because well, it's a lot faster. But it's I don't know, you just most people will have their color palette set with the glazes that they use most often, and then have just large quantities of that, and that would be a bucket size, if not larger than a bucket. But I'm still kind of like, I'm still testing out glazes to see what I like. The ones that I used a few years ago, when I did ceramics, that was like at the university, and like we mixed our own glazes. Like we didn't like purchase glazes and stuff, so it's like, also that was a high fire situation where like even if I had those glaze recipes, I think like most likely they would not be good for mid fire, which is what I do. I mean, sometimes glazes can be for different firing ranges, but usually they will look different. So it like kind of defeats the purpose. Kind of. I don't know. Maybe I should do the bottom. I don't know. And I think it, I don't know. I think it just kind of like depends. You just like do kind of like a test fire of it and see what happens. I think most times glazes are like specifically made for certain temperatures. I don't know. I don't know like a ton about like that process of like making or like kind of like developing glaze recipes and such. I don't know a ton about that. Um, okay, this bottom dried very fast, so I'm just gonna like put like a second coat of this on here. It is kind of thick, so I might just keep the 2 layers. They say on the bottle typically like 2 to 3 coats. Some of my glazes seem very thin, so I've done 4 coats for some of them. Like you can really tell the difference between this bottom one and this one. Well, obviously, well, this one does have 2 glazes on it, but like it just looks really chunky, and that's really just how a lot of the other like a couple of the other ones that I have, that's literally what they look like by themselves. And then some are just like super like smooth, and they go on so fine, and then other ones are just like, what the heck. And the chunky ones, I don't know. I could try to look into it more. But like you might be just like, oh, why don't you try watering it down? And I have. But like I don't know. It's just there are weird things happening when you water it down, and it does not turn into like that nice consistency that some of the other ones just have when I open the bottle. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. They're not really like doing anything detrimental, like that would ruin the piece in any kind of way so far. The thicker ones that I have, they just have a thicker coating on them when they're fired. And this other one that I have that was kind of like being a little weird when I applied it. I don't know if it has anything to do with how it turned out, but or maybe it's just the fact that it was a Celadon. I think I heard that Celadons will I don't know, kind of tend to be like sort of like kind of like transparent ish. That's how I would describe the color. Like you can like I had like a pinch pot that had like very obvious like pinched sides in it, and it kind of like pooled in certain areas, and where it pooled it was like a thicker or like a I do think there was like a thicker application there in those areas. I'm gonna put a card here because like when I'm brushing it, they just kind of like more glaze just falls into that area. But I don't know, it probably is like just maybe like probably a combination of the two, like a lot of glaze like pooling there, but also the fact that it's like super thick in that application too. And I don't know, it has just like it does like still have that kind of like transparent look to it, and you can like really kind of like see down to like the clay body quite a bit, or I don't know, maybe that's because like of, I don't know, the weird application. I don't know, I feel like I heard that Celadons tend to be that way and like be like kind of like see-through. But I mean, I don't like love it. I mean, that's kind of like what they're for, I think, is like to be kind of see-through and to show off texture in pieces, like pieces that are carved and such. I actually don't really do that like very much carving like that, so it's not like my favorite thing. I really just wish it was like kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a flatter color, or like I don't know, like maybe like a little bit more opaque. Okay, all right, we got 3 coats, so that is awesome. Let me double check. I think that was the only one that I wanted to do in that color right now. Oh wait, I have some test tiles that I made. I have to check these. Okay. Yeah, we can put this glaze away now. And then I'll grab my clear glaze and should I put this? I'll grab my clear glaze and we can use that. Okay. So I have a couple of things I want to do with the clear glaze. We did this in the other video. You literally like cannot see anything on here, I don't think. But yesterday we took some underglaze, mixed some water into it, and just like poured it in here and kind of swirled it around. And then off camera, I did that same exact thing again. So we have like, I think 2 fairly thick coats of the underglaze. So that should give us a nice amount of color, I think. There was kind of quite a bit of underglaze there. Otherwise, it'll just be like, I don't know, maybe kind of swirly, or just like a lighter pink color. So we can put some clear glaze on top of this one. And off camera, because I wanted to film some video of like doing this one. So we have some little oranges, and these are all done, and they are ready to get some glaze on there. Just like, I don't know, put that off to the side. So I have quite a bit of things over here, and I am going to shake my glaze a little bit. Oh wait, I did have this, actually I had this smaller container that I wanted to do. Because when I opened it yesterday, whoops, this, that larger container that I have, it was like not well mixed, and it was kind of like, it was a bit solid at the bottom. So that's gonna take a little while for me to like mix it and like reincorporate the water into the mix. So I'll just do that off camera later, so you guys don't have to see that. But I did go ahead and yesterday I did like, the same happened to this little tiny guy. I got this for free from a local ceramic artist. She was so nice. I got so many free things from her. It was like at a market, so like she was like supposed to be selling things, but she was just giving me all this free stuff. I got her like a couple of glazes and under glazes from her. She's so nice. I ended up buying this really lovely bowl from her. I would show you, but it is like dirty with food and stuff, and it needs to be washed. But she was like so cool. Okay, I think I'll just grab one of these little like tool things. This is like a, I don't know, like a carving tool, sculpting tool. I just want to like get in there and like kind of mix it around and just kind of like feel around the bottom and see if there are any like chunks or anything. There was something in there, but I think there's just like a little bit of a something in there, so I think that's okay. Now I think I could use like one of these larger brushes. I don't know how well that's gonna fit into this tiny pot. Oh wait, no, we don't actually, wait, oh my gosh, we don't even have to do this little pot anymore. It's all done. I'm just like such a mess. Oh my god. But honestly, when you have like a million different like glaze combinations that you're doing and you're planning and stuff, it gets like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm just like everywhere. I don't know. Okay, so right now this one only has underglaze on it, so we want to put an actual glaze on it. Because if we don't do that, like this underglaze does not have anything in it that is like glass-like. So it will, like, if we just fired it like this, which you can do, some people like that effect for certain things that they do, like maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a sculptural or like artsy piece that you're just gonna put on the bookshelf or something like that, and you want to be like matte. That's what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like just like matte with the color on it, like a matte finish. But I don't want that. I want just, you know, classic ceramic glossy finish on it. Whatever you want to call that. A regular finish. I don't know. And this is a clear glaze. So we're gonna see the clay body, and then on the sides where the application was a little bit less, and then we're also going to see the underglaze shining through the clear glaze. It's really important to note. I actually just kind of like, I think I kind of found out about this recently. So if most cases, if you are doing underglaze and then you want a clear glaze on top of it, it's really good to get a zinc-free glaze, because if you don't get zinc-free, the zinc in a clear glaze might change the color of your underglaze. So I mean, I guess it depends on what you want. You could, I mean, I would, if I was gonna like do that, I would have like a test tile of all of those underglazes and see what they look like with that clear glaze on top of it. I mean, it's definitely something you could do. It's just that it is going to make a difference, and it's going to be different if the glaze does or doesn't have zinc in it. So that's just like really good for you guys to note. Also, some people will actually underglaze and then bisque fire. There are like pros and cons to that. Sometimes putting your underglaze onto what is known as greenware, because that's before you bisque it. Sometimes it can like I don't know, kind of like get messed up or something, kind of. Or okay, so like for example, if you guys have seen so that kind of like bubble glazing technique that people do, I saw this one artist do it, and I think she like at first tried to do it like with underglazes. It was mixed with water, and I think it's dish soap, but there's kind of like a little combination you're supposed to do with it. And she normally does her underglazing on greenware, and it kind of, because it was like so wet and it was like going onto the clay, I think it was like making the clay too moist, when it, even though it was like bone dry. So it, like in that case it's kind of a problem, but it can be good if you want to separate your underglaze and glaze coatings. I have heard, or like I actually just saw like on Instagram, somebody that very obviously like underglazed and glazed at the same stage. Wow, this is like so crusty. Let me just wipe this off of here. They underglazed and glazed at the same stage, like after the piece was bisque fired, and then like as they were putting the coats of underglaze, or wait, no, as they were putting the glaze coat on the underglaze, it was kind of like moving the underglaze around a little bit. So like if you had a brush stroke like this, you could see the underglaze kind of like fell a little bit, and just kind of it kind of like ruined the application a little bit. So that's definitely something good to note. I've never done the underglaze application where you do it before you bisque, but maybe for like some of my more detailed pieces that I want to try, maybe I'll kind of like see how it looks in the process that I normally do, where they're together, but I might separate them for that, where I kind of like, I plan on doing like little pictures and stuff, like kind of like drawing flowers and stuff with underglaze, and just like stuff that's like specific, like it's supposed to look like something specific, other than just like, you know, like blobs and shapes and stuff. But Um, yeah, also like the pro to separating the process between the glazing and underglazing is that it won't like once you like put the underglaze on, then you biscuit and then you put glaze on top of it, it definitely is not going to move that underglaze. It's not going to do anything to it. Like it's not going to ruin your intricate design that you put on top of it. You just have to like you just have to kind of like be careful of like putting that underglaze on the greenware and like how that method is a little bit different. So I think that there are kind of like pros and cons to both. I haven't particularly seen anything with mine, but I haven't done any of those like detailed type of underglaze coatings yet. So we'll see. Oh my god, this is like, what the heck? It is like, oh, it's so annoying how it like dries on the brush. I have noticed it does help a lot if you can like scrape some of it off. So I think this is just the second coat for the bottom here, but it's like, it's kind of thick. So I don't think I'm going to do like a third coat. I think it'll be fine. It's just the bottom. I don't know why I'm putting clear glaze on the bottom. Doesn't really matter. Let me just kind of see. Any spots over here? Put it. Okay. If you haven't watched my other videos, just so you know, like this piece, it has been bisque fired, and then I ran under some water and then applied a wax resist around this foot. That's why you might see like the glaze like skirting away from that area that I dabbed it in and stuff. And that's why there's some wax resist there. And that's actually like, I haven't done that before, before this like glazing that we started on like Friday. But I really like it. I think it does take a little bit of time to like really focus and like try to like draw the line straight on the piece, and just kind of like making sure it's like it's all even and at the right height. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's saving me time. Some people really don't care for wax resist for the foot, but I don't know, I kind of like it. So I guess that's just kind of like up to you to decide if that is something you want to do with your pieces. But like I'm just gonna take it to the studio like this. Like you don't have to like remove the wax or anything before bringing it to the studio to be fired. It's just gonna fire as is on there. And then in the firing, it's going to burn away. And you should not see any kind of like remnants of it being there. Like, it's probably a little hard to see for you guys, but the wax resist is a tiny bit, it's purple. You can see a thicker coat of it over there. There's kind of like a purple streak. But you should not be able to see anything. It's gonna completely burn away in the firing. And that's what happens with anything that is organic. So like you guys might have seen on some of my pots, like I drew with pencil on them, like this one, and that's totally fine. That is also going to burn away in the kiln when it's fired, and you're not going to see any of that in there. Um, Something good to note. I don't know. I feel like I was going somewhere else, but I'm sorry if we're just jumping around topics. Um, Something really good to note is that you guys probably know this, but I'll just say it anyway. Um, Before you start putting like glaze on your piece, it is really important to run it under running water. I used to like sponge any possible dirt, dust, hair off of my pieces, but it's actually, I don't know, just run it under the sink. It's actually a lot faster. Also, I saw that my sponge would get torn up from doing that. So then I have to buy more sponges, and just, you don't need to do that. Anyway, and you might be like, oh, well, it's organic. Won't it just burn up in the kiln? Yes, it will. But if you have, like, I don't know, say there's a bunch of dust and hair or something on the piece, like maybe it's not like completely like noticeable. But like, so if it's on there and then you glaze, it can really mess with how your glaze is attaching to the piece. And I think to like a certain extent, it can like create pinholes. And so it's kind of blocking the glaze from sitting on the clay. And in the firing, I mean, some glazes in the firing will really move around and it might cover some of those areas up, but I think sometimes they don't, like if there was dust or whatever there. So when you get out of the kiln, you might see like a little hole and stuff. And you don't want that. You want even covering. So that's really good for anybody to like note. If you knew like that one half of the piece of information about the organic things. But yeah, just so you guys know. Oh my god, how many? I think. Oh my gosh, now I'm just like, I go off like talking about something and I completely forget like what we're doing. Did we do two? I think we did 2 coats on this. Man, it is like so thick at the rim. I'm gonna like kind of wipe this off a little bit. Okay. I feel like this area around it looks a little bit thin application wise, so I'm just gonna kind of like dab that around. This is obviously very thick of an application. It's not really, I wouldn't say this is very even, but like if you are used to dip glazing, you're gonna be like, oh my god. But actually it should be fine. I have done some clear glazing already, and it doesn't do anything weird for like how uneven this does appear. At least for this particular glaze, just being clear, it's this should be fine. Oh, I have heard, I haven't seen it yet with anything that I've done, but I have heard that if a clear glaze application is too thick, it will be kind of cloudy looking and it won't be like 100% like clear. So that is kind of good to look out for. I haven't had any problems with the clear that I've been using so far. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna run into that issue at some point, because this is like, what the heck? It is like really thick. But it's, I don't know, just kind of like something good to know, have in the back of your head. Because like there's so much troubleshooting that you have to do with ceramics. It's really good to just know like quite a variety of things, even if they haven't happened to you per se like yet. It's good to kind of like know about stuff. I'm trying to like put some in here and make it a little bit more even, kind of. I don't know, it just kind of like bothers me. Okay. All right, well, I think this is done. So, that's cool. And then I do have quite a few things done. We are like pretty close to being done glazing. I can't believe I thought that I could do it all over the weekend. And it's Thursday and I'm still glazing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we actually do have quite a few things done right now. I did take a load to the studio to be fired, and I haven't heard back from them yet, but so we took it there, and then what happens is they load it into the kiln, and when they do that, they kind of like measure out and like see like how much of the kiln my stuff took up, and then they will email me an invoice, and that will kind of like, the price is based off of like how much room my stuff took up in the kiln. And then that means when I get the invoice, the firing should be like, I should be able to go pick it up in 3 days, since the invoice was sent. So I might have told you guys that like it does take quite a while for me to get my pieces back. And I kind of forgot about that extra step. Like, I forgot they don't put it in like the day that I drop it off to the kiln, which was, we did that yesterday morning-ish, kind of morning, almost lunchtime. And I haven't gotten the invoice yet, so actually it's a couple days more than what I thought. I don't know. I think usually it's done like before it's been a full week, so maybe it takes like 5 days to get the stuff back. I can't quite remember. It's been a little while since I've done the firing. We did do a bisque firing not long ago, but it's been a while since we did a glaze firing. And then, as you may know, you can fit so many more things into a bisque firing than the glaze one. So that can also kind of depend on like the queue that they have for the amount of stuff that is ready to go into the kilns. Because I'm an outside firing, that's kind of like what I'm doing there. They kind of put me at the bottom of the list, under like, of course, like people that have memberships and are paying to be there, and any students. So that can also like maybe sort of add to like the timing, because the glaze firing will fit a lot less than the bisque. Because in the bisque firing, you can stack things. Like if you have plates and stuff, typically you can stack those, or small cups into larger cups, or into like bowls, and you can just like stack that. But like obviously you can't do that in a glaze firing because they would stick together. But so that's kind of like, there is like a little bit of a difference in that queue when you compare, maybe if I take a glaze batch or a bisque batch. But I'm hoping to make this kind of like a seamless process. So when we go to the studio, I should have enough of these glazed and ready to go in for its own firing. So we're gonna drop off, but also pick up at the same time. And that's just kind of nice, like, in a convenience sense. Because, well, for one thing, that I don't have to bother my partner so much because we have to take his car. Like, he has to be available to take me there. Which luckily, like, at the moment he is. But he might be getting a different job soon. So who knows about that? Because, like, basically, like, it's just kind of like courteous that, like, when your piece is done, that you don't wait too long to go pick it up. So if I looked at the, like, calendar and saw that it was going to be done, like, on Thursday, it's just kind of like a little bit more courteous than waiting until Saturday to go to pick it up. Just because, like, they have all kinds of people there that need that shelf space that my stuff is taking up, and all that kind of. So I don't really want to, like, wait until the weekend to go. So I just try to, like, do, like, I just try to, like, pick the stuff up as fast as I can. And most times, like, I kind of try to, like, I think, like, most times I can kind of, like, schedule it so that when, like, either a pickup or a drop off is on a weekday, and then the other day is on, so, like, a drop off is on, like, a weekday, and then the pickup is on the weekend, or I don't know. I think, well, that'd be kind of, like, a little bit more ideal for me if I can kind of, like, try to schedule it to do that. Although, I mean, I don't exactly know, like, how long it might take. It might take a little bit longer for my stuff to go into the kiln. You never know. But otherwise, I just, like, I have to leave, like, during work to go pick it up. Which is, like, okay. I just use my break. But I don't, like, get, like, an actual, like, break. Because I'm here with you guys. I want to be consistent, and I want to, like, I really try not to, like, stray from the Twitch schedule that I have for you guys, because I want to be consistent, and I don't want someone to be like, oh, I'm gonna check out this Twitch streamer, and then that just happens to be the day that, like, whatever, and I can't stream for some reason. So I just want to try to be, like, here, and, like, streaming when I say I'm going to be streaming. Sometimes you never know, and sometimes things just can't be moved around, but I try to be here for you guys because I really want that consistency. And it's just, like, it's really good for me to just, like, to actually just sit down at least 5 times a week and, like, work on, like, something, like, work on some ceramic thing that I have ongoing, and just, like, continually working on stuff. Like, if that means, like, making a new project, or just getting through a current project that we're doing. It's just like, it's just really good. It makes me kind of like sit down and just like assess like what is in my space over here. Like yesterday, I completely forgot that we have ongoing projects. I mean, like obviously we do, but I completely forgot about them. I have these little turtles, which you might have seen like so long ago, but they're not done yet because I just like stopped everything and started doing the glazing thing. So I needed to like water the turtles and make sure that the clay's not drying out. And then I'm still working on that cake slice container. I just needed to do like some refining and stuff. And I think like maybe working on the strawberry a little bit more. I can't remember if I wanted to like redo it, but it's not exactly done yet. And I was like, oh my gosh. But like sitting down here with you guys is just like really good for me to like assess like, okay, what projects are ongoing, because usually I'm like, what can we work on today? So it's just like really good to kind of have that like accountability thing. And I don't know, it's been kind of like it's been a nice little like routine to be in. And it's been like really fun too. Just to kind of like, I don't know, just show what I'm doing, and then like randomly like people like jump on, and I don't know, sometimes we get some chatters, and it's just like it's so fun. I love talking to the chatters. And we had one person yesterday asking some questions about powder glazes, and that's so cool. Like, hello, new person. Welcome to the channel. And I don't know, I really like that kind of one-on-one. So I can't wait until we can like grow the channel some more and have more people join us, and possibly make kind of like a community. That'd be really cool. And I don't know, I'm just like really into like sharing the stuff that I know with other people. And I mean, I'm definitely not an expert, and I'm definitely not like a professional in doing ceramics, but I feel like I know enough that I can do this on my own and not have to be in a studio or take classes. I feel like I know enough to just like do like some pretty basic things. I mean, there are definitely things I don't know how to do. Like I've never made a plaster mold or done slip casting, or there are a lot of or like other decorative techniques I haven't done. But that's all kind of like, I don't know, I want to say add-ons. Add to cart. I don't know. But like, they're just kind of like on the side. Like, I think like for the most part, you just kind of need to know like a certain kind of like base knowledge of like how the clay works and glazing, and then everything else can be troubleshooting. And there's like, I mean, there's a million and one things to know about ceramics. And I do find that like the ceramic community is really, really wonderful. I told you guys yesterday that I do frequent the Reddit page r/ceramics, and they are really wonderful. If you have any kind of like questions, maybe you're looking for like, I don't know, maybe like book recommendations, or something, or maybe it's just like general things or troubleshooting certain things. They're just so awesome over there. They're so nice. I know Reddit has a very bad reputation of mean trolls on there, but the ceramic community really is not like that. They are all like, I think like I feel like the whole ceramic community, just like not just on Reddit, but just as a whole, like anyone that does ceramics knows like there are a million and one things to know about it, and you can't get everything you need to know out of maybe even like college, if you did it in college, or workshops or classes. Like there's so many things that you might need to troubleshoot and might be weird, and you just have to like ask people and see if you can find anybody that knows. And that's just, everybody knows that. Everybody's been there. Everybody has been in your place, and they're just more than happy to just lend a hand and share their knowledge. And I think that is like so that's so amazing. So I highly recommend just kind of like checking out the Reddit page. A lot of the times people are just kind of like sharing what they're making, but you can ask questions there too. Or maybe start discussions. There's also a pottery page, and I have to do some more digging, but I'd like to know a little bit more about the difference between ceramics and pottery. Okay, so I think we should have like 3 good coats on here, I think. I think there are different ways that you can look at the difference between ceramics and pottery. I would like to go and do a little bit more like digging on the internet and kind of like, I don't know, see what I can find about it. But just like off the top of my head, I think the general public sees I don't think I want to, okay, I'll do the base of this, but I do want to wipe the rim off. Okay, so we'll do the base. I think the general public usually thinks about like all ceramics as being pottery, but I think in a technical sense, like pots are what pottery is. So like if it's like some kind of like container type of thing, like obviously like a lidded container, but I think like generally anything that is kind of made to hold other things, I think is kind of container like and falls into that. So I think like in that technical sense, that's what it is, because some ceramics are not containers. Some of it's jewelry, necklaces, maybe earrings, sculptures, like a bust, if it's like ceramic. Like I wouldn't say like I wouldn't really say that's pottery, but I think like the general public refers to pottery as being what we would call ceramics, because like when I'm on Instagram and I put in like, I don't know, some kind of tag that has like, I don't know, ceramic techniques, sometimes you get things that are like building materials or something. I don't know. I don't know. You get weird things. I'm like, no, like the handmade stuff, or I don't know. I put in some kind of like tag and I was checking it out, and it was all about this like there's like dental stuff there were dental posts, and I was like, what? Like, it's like ceramic teeth or something. I don't know dental things, but I was like, that's not what I want. But when you put in pottery techniques, pottery making, or I don't know, whatever, that's when you get the handmade stuff, like what we have here. So I kind of think that's why the general public like leans towards calling everything pottery, when it's this type of like handmade thing. I don't know. I think it's really interesting. But that's just kind of my like off the top of my head kind of thing that I'm thinking of. I think it's like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, I don't know, whatever your I don't know, opinion is about that, the difference between pottery and ceramics. I'd like to hear, like, just have like a friendly little discussion about this, because it's, I don't know, it's just kind of like weird and kind of interesting. And I definitely used to be one of those people, but now I kind of like, I normally call it ceramics because I think pottery is not including everybody, in the way that like, not everybody that is working in ceramics is they're not making pots. Like, if you were like exclusively a sculptor and you, I don't know, sculpt things, like that's not a pot. So I don't know, to me that it's not really like inclusive like in that way. And I kind of think that's the difference. Wait, why do I have, we didn't do 2 coats on here. I don't know why I have my second coat thing on. I don't know. I'll just kind of like go around and look, see if we need to dot any glaze around here. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any thoughts about that. I'd love to hear just what anybody thinks. Like, you don't have to be somebody that does ceramics to have an opinion or like thoughts or ideas on this. So, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a touch up because I have to go in a minute, and I don't think we have I don't think we have time to do like a second coat of the glaze just yet right now. But my plan for this one is to also do the inside with the clear glaze, but I want to kind of like touch up the rim. Like, I put colors on the rim and I just want to go around with a sponge and tidy it up a little bit. I do want to keep the color there, but just kind of tidying it up a little bit before locking that in. So I'm gonna catch my timer here. Oops, it's about to go off. Yeah. Well, we are at time, so I have to go. I don't know if this really helps, but I like to put this little, I think it goes on this way. I don't know, I just put like little cling wrap in here because I feel like it might help keep some of the air from seeping in. I don't know. Let me see. I'm just trying to get it on here right. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Well, we have like at least we have 3 pieces done. Heck yeah. This one's not really done, but we did that tiny vase. Remember? Tiny vase. All right. So for anybody watching on Twitch, be sure to follow along so you know when I have, when I come back online for videos. Currently we're doing weekdays 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. And then I might randomly jump on at like after work or something. So you never know. And then, but it's okay, because if you miss me, I will be posting all of the stream videos onto YouTube at Callie & Co. There's a link in my profile for that. So the YouTube has a playlist with the whole stream archive. And you can go there and check out all of the other videos that we've done. I think this is 39. I think this one right now is 39. So there's a lot on there for you to go watch. So go check it out. There are also other videos on my YouTube. We just had one launched today, earlier this morning, for how to slab build a small plate. And so I have like a couple other like how-to videos and such. There's a book tour and a couple other like things for like small handmade businesses or other general art topics. I used to do a variety of art topics for my business, so that's why you might see that. I don't know where those are going, but they're just gonna stay on the channel because there's not much on the channel like in terms of that other type of content. So go check it out. I'll do like maybe some like close-ups here so you can see like how this looks so bad. I'm gonna try to remember to take before and after pictures, because I know this looks really worrying if you're used to dip glazing. It's like, what the heck? But I'm pretty confident it's gonna look okay. So just trust me. And then we have our little cute face. I'm so excited for these two. The one I'm holding and that one. Yeah, so anyway, be sure to follow or like subscribe to the YouTube, check out the videos, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here, and just watching videos helps my channel, and I love seeing you guys here. I love checking on my I love checking on the YouTube and seeing how many people have watched the videos and all of that. So thank you so much for being here. Like the video if you want to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to follow along and check all that stuff out. So I'll catch you later. I have to go back to work, but I will see you tomorrow. Yep. Bye.